Now, what do you make of the fact that Senator Ping Lacson, he cast doubt on these allegations because he did the math, and supposedly in doing the math, lalabas daw na 805 billion pesos in cash stuffed suitcases ang perang na-deliver. So he says he considered it an insult to intelligence, right? Then he said that would mean it's 800 metric tons of weight, requiring 13,000 large luggages. In effect, he says it's impossible, itong mga sinasabing figures ng mga Marines. What's your take?
Alam mo, Karen, if we compute 4 times a month, sa 1 billion na lang, that's 4 billion a month. If you put it together in 12 months, that's 48 billion a year. 1 billion lang yun, 48 billion a year. So let's put it at 2 years na lang, 3 years, para mas madali natin i-compute. That's about 48, 96, siguro mga 130, 140 billion in total. That's only at 1 billion. Hindi, whether it's 800 billion or 2 billion or 4 billion, I think we have to really listen to them, look at the evidence, at pag-usapan ano ba yung delivery na yun. Remember, si Pangulong Erap nagkaroon ng kaso at 4 billion pesos. Si Pangulong GMA nagkaroon ng kaso at 300, yung the total fund nun ng PCSO, 360 million pesos. Ito, isang delivery, isang buwan na lang. At 1 billion, it's already 4 billion. You're talking of one delivery in one place. If there are already 2 deliveries, that's what, 260 billion? I mean, para bang sa umpisa pa lang, pinapasinungalingan nyo na yung sinasabi ng mga sundalo, ayaw nyo pakinggan. Di ba? Kausapin natin, harapin natin, then let's see and let's compute. Wala naman yun sa affidavit in the first place, yung 800 billion.
Mike, it's interesting that you went back to history, and I think it's important to remember that former President Erap Estrada was impeached for less. Former President Gloria Macapagal Arroyo was impeached for less. Not impeached, was nakasuhan for less, right? Yeah. Charged for less. And you also have the Vice President right now who is charged for less. So, kumbaga, what you're trying to say is, pera ng bayan yan, dapat pakinggan. But what do you make of the fact that the ICI came out with a statement over the weekend, and I'll read it. They found no liability on the part of former House Speaker Romualdez over the flood control anomalies. Kumbaga, right now, you are seeing the ICI already clear the former House Speaker.
Karen, I saw that before pa nung December. Kasi nagsalita na yung mismong abogado ni Speaker Martin Romualdez that there was no basis to file cases against them. Kaya nagulat na ako. Yan naman yung hinihingi ng tao, parang kaya nagagalit ang lahat. From day one, we wanted to be transparent. Every time natatamaan si Speaker Martin Romualdez, the investigation stops. The time that he was invited to the ICI, wala. We didn't know what happened. He just submitted the affidavit. But I saw that. I read about the affidavit. Tapos parang wala na. In the committee, Blue Ribbon Committee, always they were citing yung parliamentary courtesy. That's why they didn't invite him. Wala. Wala mangyari dyan. Alam ng tao at galit ang tao sa nangyari. Up to now, since December, sabi ng Pangulo, may makukulong. Walang nakukulong. Lahat ng itinuturo, sabi nila si Saldico ang may problema. Nung nagturo na yung mga tao, in fact, sinabi ko nga there are deliveries to Speaker Martin Romualdez. Imbis na pakinggan nila yung mga Marines, immediately, outright lie, impossible, not true, credibility, not true. Para bang, di ba, Karen, if you file a case against a person, pupunta ka ng fiscal. If you have enough evidence na para bang may basis, then maglalabang kayo sa korte. Then it's where the other side will say, mali yan. Yung credibility nyo is shot or there's wrong with what yung evidence na you're presenting. Dito, umpisa pa lang You have people talking first-hand information, they have personal knowledge, sila yung nag-deliver, may picture sila, may ledger sila, and yet, from day one, stop. Lalo-lalo na pag si Martin Romualdez ang nadamay.
So my last question, I think we don't have enough time, 2 minutes left, but are you still optimistic? I mean, just hearing yourself right now with what you've said, umpisa pa lang, kinlear na, ayaw pakinggan, sinabi na sila ng NBI, ikaw din, sinabi na, pumunta ka ng NBI, you have the ombudsman already stating that this happened before, during the time of Duterte, and the ombudsman criticizing you as well. Let's not forget that. Kahit papaano, meron pa rin. I mean, do you still believe in any sense of impartiality at this point? Frankly speaking, I mean, be honest.
No, I think, yeah, I'm being honest, yung impartiality, the justice that we're all, not only me, I think the Filipino people, lahat nagsasabi, we want to see this, we want it to be transparent, wala kaming judgment on all these things, but it has to be on record. And people have to know ano ba yung nangyari, and you have to call on the others. Ito hindi nakikita ng taong bayan. So it's not just me. As to whether we will continue the fight, definitely. I think I embody the sentiment of many of the Filipinos na nakikita nila may mali, may corruption, may dapat may managot at may pera na dapat masoli. And politically, morally, this is the correct thing to do. People should speak out. Marami na nagsasalita, marami pang lalabas. At naniniwala naman ako in the end, you know, they cannot hide it. They cannot set it aside. Eventually, lalabas ang katotohanan. At naniniwala ako, itong mga sundalong to, from Gutesa to the 18 Marines, walang motibo to, wala tong objective na kung ano man, nagtrabaho lang sila at nakita nila na ito pala yung pera ng korupsyon na binabanggit at alam nila yung nagiging epekto nito at nakikita nila sa mga Pilipino. From PhilHealth funds being taken, nga babaha yung mga tao, maraming namamatay. You know, ito yung mga epekto na nakikita nila.
Okay. Is the Vice President in any way supporting your cause or the 18 Marines?
The Vice President gave a statement, nabasa ko yun, na sinasabi niya, pakinggan nyo yung 18 Marines. But I have not spoken to her. I've not met her about it. We have not discussed anything about it. Hindi ko pa nga siya nakakausap for the longest time. Pero, you know, for me, itong lumalabas na to, it's not just a concern of the Vice President. Ang tingin ko concern niya dito personal because nakita niya paano inoperate yung tatay niya, si Pangulong Duterte. But more importantly, I think yung taong bayan. Dapat makita nila kasi Karen, if this continues na kaya ng Kongreso, ng Committee on Appropriations alongside with the Senate, na ayusin yung budget natin, tapos i-organize yung corruption, kawawa tayo. Walang mangyayari sa ating bansa. This is the situation that we will see in the future na imbis na natapos sana yung subway, kinuha yung pera, nilagay sa iba. Imbis na, for example, now we're talking about yung gera, tumataas ang presyo. Kung yung palang pondo nilagay sa tamang irigasyon para doon sa ating mga magsasaka, these are all directly affecting us. And sabi ko nga sa mga liberal, kung si Pinoy buhay ngayon, nagwawala na rin yan. At kasama ko na isa sa nagsasalita tungkol dito sa problemang to.
All right. On that note, I want to thank you. We don't have enough time, but we can speak again. I want to thank you so much for joining me today. House lawmaker, former House lawmaker, Mike Defensor. Thank you so much for joining me, Mike.
Thank you.